Stop thinking of No Man's Sky as an indie title. Here on Cobra TV. Okay, so a really awesome article. I mean, gosh, what do you think of all this news that's coming out in the last couple days?
I know, dude. It's starting to pick back up, especially because we're getting closer to E3 now.
That's why, yeah, that's exactly why it's happening, because of E3. Sean Murray's tweeting like crazy, tweeting to Kanye West, and like I didn't even see a time where Kanye West ever tweeted him. It's like he just tweeted Kanye West randomly, telling him about writing 3,000 lines of code.
Right, and that's not even something that Kanye West would know about, because I'm pretty sure someone like Kanye West wouldn't have any experience with video game coding.
Yeah, he's sitting there looking at his phone like, 3,000 lines of what? Dude, I don't do drugs. But anyways, yeah, he's active, man. He's so active. So I really look for, so is Hazel, so is Hello Games. I really do see them being at E3.
Yeah.
Well, this article here is pretty much Sony saying that they're putting all their eggs in one basket, and that egg is No Man's Sky. That they're really banking on this game to pull them through this year. They got a lot of hope for No Man's Sky. So when we take a look at this article, it says PlayStation's UK boss Fergal Gara, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, says that some of the biggest budget indie games on PS4 will receive the same sort of support as its internally developed projects. Picking out No Man's Sky as an example, Gara says these games have the potential to go beyond the usual expectations of an indie title. So
I'm really actually happy that they picked up on that.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of other places, well, not places, but studios would just kind of ignore it because, it's an indie game and they don't think it's going to go anywhere. But what Sony is doing is they actually want No Man's Sky to be all that they want it to, all that Hello Games wants it to be. So they're treating it as it's one of their own.
Exactly, yeah. They're not treating this as an indie title whatsoever at all. So everything you know about indie games, don't even associate that with No Man's Sky. Don't say, well, indie games don't get a physical release. Don't even, just wipe that from your mind. When you think of No Man's Sky, you're gonna have to think AAA. I mean, it's not a AAA company. That's not what I'm trying to say. But they're treating it as a AAA game.
It's like a indie studio making a AAA game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best way to describe it.
No Man's Sky has been treated as if it was from one of our internal studios, he says. We have been working very closely with the developers and bringing it into our release program as if we had made it. We are not going to treat it any differently, and we are going to put the full weight of PlayStation behind it. Right there, it pretty much sets in stone. You're going to get a physical release with this game. There's going to be a midnight launch. They're going to treat it as if it was GTA 5, and I'm really, really excited to hear that. Do you know why? Because it's not that I want this game to be a AAA title. That's not. I want Hello Games. They deserve for this game to be historical.
They do.
They deserve for this game to be in every household.
They deserve one of the biggest launches out there.
Right. They are the most passionate developers I've ever seen in the gaming industry. Now, that might change after they get rich, from this game. They might be completely different people in a couple years when they're making their next title. I don't know. But right now, these guys deserve the world. And that's why I'm glad that the full weight of PlayStation is going to be put on this title.
Me too.
If it all comes together as well as expected, it will be treated like a first-party release. So there you go. Physical release.
It says, it along with other indie games could be released in a box.
Right. Yep.
So they basically just kind of told us, No Man's Sky is one of the ones that's going to be released in a box.
Exactly.
which is physical release, obviously.
Yeah, and it goes on to say it is not a self-published small indie title on the platform. So, like I said, like we said, just get rid of what you know about indie games if you're going to associate that knowledge with No Man's Sky.
Exactly.
And as Bookshelf pointed out, it, along with other indie games, could be released in a box. These days, we think increasingly of a game being a game, whether it's digital, physical, or both, says Gara. It's more about marketing the right decision for the right title at the right time. It is entirely possible that we will release some of these games together digitally and physically, or one after another. But it will be decided on a title-by-title basis. Now, they're saying that they're going to put the full weight of PlayStation on the release of No Man's Sky.
Right.
So there's no title-by-title basis. The decision's already made for No Man's Sky.
Yep.
So that is very interesting, and it is also interesting to see that they got this big push for this game.
I think partly that was influenced by Shidai Yoshida, because I know from personal experience that he is a very big No Man's Sky fan.
Oh yeah, he's
from when I was talking to him
times.
I was talking to him on Twitter about it, and he put up a post about the new PlayStation 4 faceplates that you can change, and they were going to be releasing themed ones, and he asked for suggestions, and I said No Man's Sky, and he was like, wow, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
So that might be something to look forward to in the future too.
Most definitely. And also, another thing to look forward to in the future is a big promotion from PlayStation as far as, advertising for No Man's Sky. And I think that's going to start right after E3.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. It's going to start at E3.
E3 is kind of like their kickoff.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like their actual, advertisement. We're going to go all out there. This is more of a thing now than it ever has been. Let's do this, guys.
Exactly. All right, and so then there's the exciting picture that was floating around on our No Man's Sky Facebook group by one of our members who claims that he was able to pre-order the game. Now, there's a couple things about this. Any company can actually sell you something before it's out. It's just like a rain check or something. Like a pay it and then here's show this receipt, and you could just have it when we get it. So this doesn't look like an official Sony thing. It just looks like one of those little cards that you hang on a peg and whatever. Me and Bookshelf Gaming went through Tesco, the actual store, the actual location. We found the store that actually had the same phone number, and couldn't find No Man's Sky in the game section at all.
We even looked under the pre-orders tab, and it wasn't there either. So I'm not saying that this person is a liar or they made this just to trick people, but we couldn't find it. So if it is real, congratulations, dude. That's pretty awesome. But for safety's sake, we're gonna say don't get too excited about it.
Right. Yeah, I did reach out to him and asked him if he wanted to come on the show and talk about it, and he said that he was not able to. The guy's a good guy. He's never done anything in the group that would ever make me not trust him. And this does look kind of legit. I mean, but at the same time, who knows? It's just a pre-order. Any store could say, all right, let's go ahead and sell it now. When we get them in, we'll just give it to them.
Right.
Yep. But, oh well. I mean, take what you want. Do your own research. See what you guys can come up with and let me know. That is all the news we have today. I just felt like I needed to make another video as fast as I could to talk about Sony putting their whole emphasis on No Man's Sky and treating it like a first-party game.
Right.
Just exciting. All right, guys. I love you. Go check out the Cobra TV GNN website below. I got some projects on there that you may not know what's going on. that I'm actually doing. And until next time.